Okay, my YouTube friends, here's a new creation for you. I bought a used 1/8 scale monogram XK Jaguar off eBay, just the body, and then I did my magic to it. I've turned it into a remote controlled RC car. A lot of detail. Where to begin? Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I started with carbon fiber frame rails from an axial SCX, and I've installed those inside the belly pan of the Jaguar XKE body. Now, the engine here is a RC four-wheel drive, all aluminum V8 Chevy motor. They normally come orange in color. I took all the coloring off of it. I wanted it to all be aluminum, bare aluminum. With the Aglacy aluminum intake, aluminum valve covers, aluminum pulleys, all rubber hoses to their RC four-wheel drive aluminum radiator. I'll tell you, RC four-wheel drive makes some amazing things for RC cars. Metal gear Savox server. Aluminum straight axle front end. Now, I did a lot of detail work on the engine, as you can see. Copper wires leading to the firewall, coil, and that is fluid in this canister on the firewall. Now you notice these panels on the firewall, they are actually aluminum, and I kind of used my glue gun to go around the edges and give it the effect of being welded. So that kind of worked out good. Of course, my headers are all hand bent and made with heavy gauge copper wire into the copper side pipes, which I cut the ends a few times to get the right angle on the outlet that I wanted. And you'll also see I mounted a simulated 12-volt battery down in the engine compartment. This was a fun build. The tires are Prolines. Proline makes some beautiful, realistic looking tires. The rims, the center knockoffs are aluminum on the wheels. Most extensive detail job was the fender wells, the wheel wells. I flared those out over these big fat tires. I used sheets of aluminum to form the wheel well. Then, of course, did many hours of body filler to get them all smoothed in so they'd look good. Now this does have opening doors. I did a full interior also, and I went kind of crazy on that as usual. Now you can see up closer those black wires coming out of the aluminum V8, because inside the aluminum V8 is the brushed electric motor that powers the car. And I do have, the block is hooked up to a RC four-wheel drive single speed aluminum transmission. The floors are aluminum. Get this door out of my way. A lot of detail on the interior. I've got a big tack up on the dash. 5-point racing harnesses. Handmade roll bars. I've got some headrests in there for the driver and passenger. Another thing I did to this body was which took quite a bit of time, I went and cut out the rear hatch, and they made it open like the real ones on the Jags opened. That way you have access to the LiPo battery and all the electronics of the car. It does have a sound system I installed, and you've got buttons there to raise or lower the volume, which you'll hear in a moment. And even has some detail underneath here of the fuel lines that are aluminum that go up into from the tank. Oh yes, and this does have working headlights and taillights. Switch. There's the taillights for you. Headlights you'll see next when I put the front end for you on. Racing fuel tank filler. Here's some more detail for you. I've even got racing brake pedal, clutch, throttle. And this is the on and off switch for the car. A lot of detail work on this one. More aluminum lines.